just as important as a good daily huddle is what happens after the huddle.
Yeah.
That was a miss for us for a long time, something I think we've got a lot better or a lot better with. So why don't you talk about what happens after the huddle?
We've mentioned it. Our company communication, we use Discord, which is actually a gaming platform. It's the same thing as Slack, but we have essentially channels for every department.
And it's free.
And it's free. It's awesome, actually. We get wild on that thing. GIFs, emojis, probably a lot of inappropriate. I wouldn't even say probably. There's a lot of inappropriate names going on there, but it's so fun. But one of our channels on Discord is called Win the Day. We're right back to core values. And throughout the entire day, everyone has their action items. We post our today's commitments. Dispatch is relaying every single one of those KPIs to the front line. And throughout the day, our leaders, our business unit managers, service managers, senior leadership is posting in there how we're doing on our action items. And each dispatcher for their department is updating live 10, 12, 2, and 4. How we're pacing, what we're going to do. So that gives me visibility throughout the day and the other leaders throughout the day. If we're pacing behind, let's get them some help. Let's figure out how we can do it. If we're pacing above, let's celebrate. Let's celebrate the frontline employees. Let's make sure we're recognizing them. So that is a big thing is you can't just set these action items. Oh, great action items. Okay, you have to do them.
Yeah, that's the follow-up. So just as an example, I'm looking at the Win the Day from today. So it's 10:30. It's 10:37. We had our daily huddle at 9 this morning. So at 10:26, our plumbing dispatcher posts a plumbing pace update. It says committed revenue, 6,000 out of the 19,000 that's been committed. We're at 6,000 right now. Expected revenue, right now we're at $9,111 out of the 22,206 that's been committed. So we have 17 demand calls left. We have 2 JHP opportunities, 3 return trips. So we know we got to get on it. We got 17 demand calls to get an extra, $13,000.
Yep.
So that gives the whole leadership team that insight. I look at every one of these that comes across because it gives us the insight how the day's going. It goes back to we're controlling and reacting in real time rather than the old way of doing it. At best was the end of the day, we're looking at the number and going, oh, good, or oh man, that's tough. Probably looking at it the next day, or maybe even not, maybe the end of the week, right? So this just it. I think to sum it up, the daily huddle. You talked about the sports analogy. It's watching film every day. Imagine telling Tom Brady or some of the best athletes in the world, hey, you can't watch film before your game. They would hate that, right? Like, I think our managers at first when we started Daily Huddle, they're like, this stinks. This is another 30, 20-minute meeting every day. Like, that was the initial thought. I think it's easy to think that way. I probably thought that way.
Yeah.
We can't afford to do a 20-minute meeting every day. We don't got the time. Now, it's like if you took that away from us, I don't know what we would do. I'd feel like we'd be directionists. Like, we'd be a ship without a rudder.